Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead, and it's time for Thankful Thursday. So today I've gotten a few ideas. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to put them across, but anyways, I wanted to talk about thoughtfulness, thankfulness, and celebration. And I wanted to tell you what the verses that I'm going off of today. It is 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7. And actually I was married to part of this in my first marriage. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. And I'll get into more of that. I've watched a few videos this week, and it makes you a little disheartened on the human race and Christians, or just the human race. So let's start out in prayer, and then if you look, I've got lots of stuff out. So we're going to make some cookies today with that friendship starter. I'm nervous. Hopefully it turns out. So let's start out in prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for everyone that you bring to this channel and everyone that watches us. And I hope that it touches someone today, or helps someone today, or even it helps me. And I think that sometimes we just need to talk to you so that we know that you hear us and you know our hearts and how we feel and how we want things for other people as well. I ask that you wrap your arms around each and every one of us that have any issues, spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, financial, whatever those troubles are. Maybe we have a wayward child, or, bills that we can't pay, or some people have some very serious illnesses. Just please wrap us tighter and know that we love you and that we'll always be there for you. Even if there's non-believers here that, are watching, they know that they're here with us, even if it's just for a recipe and they hear us. I ask that you wrap your arms around this world. I know that it's getting we can look at it as a horrible place, but Lord, we know that you know what's right, and we'll follow you whatever happens. I ask that you please guide me through this video and speak to me and let me know exactly what I'm supposed to say. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So, I was going to make something else tonight. So I have to make, well, I don't have to, but been asked to do a collab, and you guys seen that. And it's with the friendship starter. I'm very nervous about it. I'll be honest, the starter things are just not my gig. But I'm doing it because, well, I like to do collabs, and they ask me to. So, and it's something I've never done. So, we'll talk just for a minute and then we'll get started. But I've been trying to come out of my shell with everything that we do, and I am going to make biscuits. Maybe next week and the week after. Maybe not just with this, but I did get, Charlie sent me a good recipe, and I'm going to try that too. It's like a nemesis, and I've gotten better with the gravy, but then there's a gravy I got to do next week that I'm not so sure of, and it makes me a little nervous. But you guys have helped to push me to do new things and to try new things, and that in itself is so exciting, and I appreciate that. I truly, truly appreciate that. That's just my oven. I watched a video yesterday called Prepping by Faith, and I like her. I mean, she just hasn't been putting much content out lately, but she had noticed a lot of the things that, like people can be more rude, and they can be this and they can be that. And she said in the prepping community and the Christian community and everything else as well. And some things, like I tell Tom, since COVID, I've noticed, like with my customers, there wasn't as much, I don't know what the word is for it. I don't know. But there's been people that just like, it's like I think because we became so, you know, we had to stay in our houses and we had to do this and do that, that we started thinking more about ourselves instead of others. And, you know, COVID's been, it's still there. It's always going to be there. But I just feel like we need to get past that COVID thing and to, we need to celebrate for the people that lived through it. And we need to be grateful, thankful that if we did get it, obviously we survived it. I got it pretty good. So did Tom. And I was down, Tom wasn't down as long, maybe 3 days. And I think because of my lung issues and I have diabetes and I'm, you know, obese, I fought it pretty hard for 2 weeks. There was a couple times I thought about calling an ambulance, but I didn't, because everyone at that point that I had known that caught COVID didn't come home. My sister was in the hospital for 3 months. She did come home. She went through a lot to get home. But, you know, I think we need to remember, and my son said this has been going on for years, and I hate to think of it like that, but he's probably right. We need to stop thinking just singularly, you know what I mean, if that's the word for it. And I've talked about it before, like, you know, with your neighbors and with whatever. And we need to develop communities. We need to develop, I know trust takes a long time to build, but I don't know. Anyways, more will come to me. Let me get stuff around for the cookies and I'll be right back. So I brought my KitchenAid over here from the other side. Because I have not much more room, but at least I can push everything off to one side. So the first thing that we're going to start out with, so gross looking, is a cup of our starter. And I stirred it all up and everything. And remember, they say not to use any metal, only use plastic or glass. So I did invest in a set of measuring cups and spoons. So the spoons and the cups that I invested in are plastic. Now it only says that you have to use just plastic for the starter. It doesn't say you have to use it for anything else. So now I need a cup of butter. And I need a cup of shortening. I had to open this up today because I don't usually use it. Oh, my shirt has a little drop on it. My grandma had shortening all the time. So, but that's a different day and a different age, I guess. I hope I'm using the right thing for to mix the cookies. I've never done them in this, so we'll see. Alright. I'm going to try to move everything down as I use it, because there isn't much room over here. Alright. And then we need 2 cups of brown sugar. It doesn't say packed, but I assume that it is. So we're going to do 2 cups of sugar. If this turns out good, maybe it'll make me want to do it again. I don't know. It just makes me really nervous, that's all. Whenever, you know, it's the unknown and you don't know exactly what you're doing, it's always kind of scary. See how I can just push everything off to the side? Alright, now I need white sugar. How much do I need of that? I need a cup of sugar. And there's a cup of sugar. My countertop's getting clear, just not at the other end. Alright, now we're going to cream all this together. And like I say, hopefully I have the right pad thing here to do it. We're going to start it slow because I know otherwise I'm going to be wearing sugar and everything else. So let me get this going a little bit and then I'll be right back. Okay, now it says to cream in 1 egg, 3 eggs, one at a time. Like, honestly, what else would you do? Do you crack a million of them at a time? Just saying. Alright, so there's 3 eggs. And then it says to use the remaining ingredients. So we need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And, oh, that smells so good. 2 teaspoons of baking soda. I really hope these turn out good. There's 1. And 2. And a half a teaspoon of salt. Now the next thing I have a really hard time with. It calls for, believe it or not, 5 cups of flour. I don't know how much I trust that, so we're going to do it as we go along. How's that? Because, like, that just seems like an awful lot. I told Tom, I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of baking. Bring me up another flour. So there's 1 cup. And 2 cups. Now my nose is itching. And 3 cups. I'm going to let that stir up for a minute. I know everybody's like, good, shut that thing off for a minute. I don't know, you guys. I think maybe it will take that other 2 cups. Let me bring it down here. Yeah, I think it's still pretty, I mean, it's getting firm, but it's not like it's dry or anything, you know what I mean? So it might take that full 5 cups. You know, we listen to other people's recipes and then we, you know, we second guess because we're like, would I do that? Alright. Now there's 4 cups. Let's get it stirring again. Go. Attack of the flour. Alright, so let's do, I guess it will. And let's do that 5th cup. I'm going to have a mess to clean up, that's for sure. Wow. It actually looks pretty nice, you guys. Pretty nice. Alright. Now it calls for 16 ounces of chocolate chips, so that's 2 cups, right? I'm going to do it in slowly. There's a half. 1. 1.5. And 2. I wanted to do it really gently because I know most people would just fold them into there. So I just wanted to do it gently. Whoops. I'm just making a mess. Oh my, you guys, this looks beautiful, actually. Look at that. Isn't that really pretty? I wonder if it's because of the starter or what. I don't know. Who cares? As long as it turns out good, right? So we're going to clean these off. So I was talking about, like, some people say, like, she got offended at first because I said something like, sometimes we just need to be quiet and lay it at God's feet. And so she thought that I was being offensive, and I said, no, not at all. I just mean that sometimes when we speak, it can be out of anger. It could be out of things that we don't want to, you know what I mean? We don't want to practice that. So, and sometimes things are so noisy that we don't hear God speak. And so maybe he's telling us how to fix things and we're not hearing it because we're not listening. So anyways, before I start this, let me clean up my mess, because I know I don't mind a lived-in house, but I really hate my messy work area. So let me come right back. Look, I have room on my countertop. Just don't look at the other end. Don't look at the other end. All right. So now we're going to take, it says use large scoops. So I'm going to only put 2 across because it must be they're going to get pretty big. And we're going to cook them 12 to 15 minutes. And you guys, this batter, for having that much flour in it, I mean, it is beautiful. Really, really beautiful batter. I don't know, maybe this will convince me I need to do more of this kind of stuff. I don't know. All right. I know one thing, I want to apologize because I know my Thankful Thursday videos, I'm going to taste it. That's pretty good. I know, it's got raw eggs in it. I lived through that as a kid. I know my videos have been getting longer and longer, and I apologize for that. I just get so wordy, and like there's so many thoughts going through my head, and I'm just not sure which ones I'm supposed to share and what's not. I don't know how to explain it. My brain sometimes is I don't know. I mean, I don't have a weird brain, I don't think, but it just sometimes, you know, sometimes I do think I have ADHD because sometimes my brain just doesn't quiet down. I may not be like zoom, 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 cleaning all the time or anything, but my brain, I remember before I had kids, actually, like I would toss and turn for hours. Like I could not, I would want to solve the entire world's problems in my sleep before I went to bed. And it just was horrible, you guys. I mean, just horrible. All right. And then look, I'd got 2 of those and look how much is still left. We have a lot of cookies. I did clean up the top slider part just a little bit, so I could put some cookies in the freezer for Tom for his lunch. But my brains used to go all the time. And then my best sleeping pill ever, which I've never taken a sleeping pill, but my best one ever was having kids. Because then you're so tired that you just want to sleep whenever they do. So now I can actually take a power 10-minute nap and be fine. You know, so I guess there's one blessing for children. But anyways, kind of what I wanted to talk about today is things that I cover a lot when we do our Thankful Thursdays. And when I thought about that, that verses, I thought about it on the way home after picking up my grandkids. And, you know, like she said in hers, like, she'll go back to her car and she'll be angry and she'll say things and do whatever. But I think, and I don't know, and I didn't look it up, but I think that as Christians, like, if we think horrible things, and it's almost like doing them, I think. I don't know. If someone knows, let me know. And I have been working on something for 4 years now. And I ask God for help all the time with it. And that's patience. Like Tom, if you ask him, you know, he'll say that he married his parents when he married me. His dad, God rest his soul, was... If I could have had a dad like him, I'm not going to get teary. If I could have had a dad like him, I would have turned out as beautiful as Tom. He adopted Tom when he was little because Tom's dad died, and he took my kids in, like, my car broke down, and he loaned us a car so my boys could get back and forth to work, and we hadn't been together that long, and he took my boys in, and they still call him Grandpa, and he's been dead for quite a while, 14, I think, and he was a wonderful guy, but he was very impatient. So Tom says, I'm his dad. And then I'm his mom because, and I didn't get to know her too well. We'd been together a little over a year probably, and she had had a really bad, like something in the back of her neck exploded, and I was surprised she lived through it, but she was in a home. She couldn't do anything for 3 or 4 years, and then she passed. Although Tom said to her one day, he goes, I can cook real good, huh, Mom? She couldn't say anything, but she gave him the ugliest look, like, because Tom, you know, he is not a cooker, and so he is really learning with me on Sundays when we do it. But she was one that she'd hold grudges, which I try not to ever do because it doesn't do you any good. But I will call her a woman before her time, like I called my grandma, you know, where she knows what she wants, how she wants it, and where, and just, you know, in my younger days, I could rip people apart with my tongue. I didn't need to hurt them. I just, you know, and that's the way his mom was. So he says, yeah, I married my parents. But what I've been working on is patience, and in particular, road rage. Tom is really bad at it. Courtney, even worse. And now I'll be like, you guys, just stop. Just stop. But I try when I'm driving, and when you live in a city, there's a lot of idiots out there. And I'll be like, "Arr!" And then I'm like, I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry. I have been so working on this for 4 years, and I feel like I'm failing God because, man, sometimes I just have no patience for idiots on the road. But I'm working on that. But I've noticed that my patience with other things has become better. Like with building my channel. Like some people that started the same time as me or just after me, they're like double and triple me. And, you know, that's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It'll get there when it gets there, and I get to develop a lot of relationships and stuff until it does. Like, they don't even have time now to comment and do whatever. I do. And I love it. I noticed that my patience is stronger with my grandkids than they were with my kids. I mean, I wasn't a bad mom. Don't take it that way. Wasn't the best either, but, you know, I wasn't the worst. But I noticed that my patience with them is just, like, so much greater. But there's things that I still don't tolerate. Like, I didn't tolerate a lot of the pouting and throwing yourself on the floor and doing all that. No. Never. No. And, like, AJ went to go get in the car. Was it Monday? Monday or Tuesday. And he was pouting, and I go, what's wrong? And he says, I'm just so hungry. And I go, did you think that Grandma wouldn't get you any food? And he's like, no, I know you would. And I go, what are you pouting for then? And Bobby's putting Emmy in on the other side, and I go, Daddy, did Grandma put up with that pouting? He says, no, she did not. And Emmy, like, now if he doesn't get his own way, he goes over and he sits on the floor, and he just, like, doesn't pout, put his head on the floor or nothing like that, but he will let you know. And I look over and I go, you're at Grandma's. It doesn't work. And he gets frustrated and he stands up. So maybe that's part of the reason for the verse today. And so love is patient. Love is kind. Sometimes with love, and I know, okay, let's put it on a different spectrum. Love is kind. But love can also be mean. It can also be envious. It can be boastful. It can be all those things that we're not supposed to be. Like, and I remember a few weeks ago, I think we talked about it, that, you know, sometimes just because somebody tells you that they love you doesn't always mean they have your best interest. Sometimes the people that love you are jealous, and they're, I don't know what the other words are for it. So sometimes we have to be very careful with that love. I think that we need to still give it, but we have to realize that sometimes that love is not going to be given back to us 100%, or maybe even 50%. And it could be family. It could be friends. The one love that I can be guaranteed with, like, I was talking to God in between, you know, when I was getting stuff off the counter, and His love is one that we can count on. We know that it's always there. I was reading this too. Do not be boastful. And I guess I don't know the difference between boastful and bragging. I think that we should be able to be, and it says is not proud, but I think we should be able to be proud of the things that we do and the things that we accomplish. Well, maybe that's what it means. That you can be proud. It says is not proud. You can be proud but not be boastful about it. You just be proud of yourself, but don't go around going, hey man, I did this and this and this, because you know what? Nobody cares. It does not dishonor others. And that one I agree with so much. So how I feel about that part of it is, like, I never get after my kids or Tom in front of other people. I think you need to honor and respect who they are to their face and into public. Because let's say you're mad at somebody and you get after them in front of other people. Now, not only do you look like the bad guy, but you've also made that other person look really bad. So that's how I take the dishonor thing. It's not easily angered. So that's the thing that I've been a hothead in the past. I can be if I have triggers. You know what I mean? Like, if you were to mess with my grandkids or my kids, well, you know, it's off the charts. No, not that bad, but anyway, you know what I'm saying. And this was one that I really thought of. It keeps no records of wrongs. Okay. And so I want you guys to think about this, because I am sure it doesn't just affect me. So when you were a kid, you acted a certain way. When you were a preteen, you acted a certain way. When you were a teenager, you acted a different way. You know, adult, blah, 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 blah. And hopefully from the time that you know, are a little kid till the time that you become an adult. Hopefully you've grown, not just in body, but in mind and spiritual and everything. And there's people that can know you like family your entire life. And, you know, they keep records of anything that was bad that you ever did. And they forget that you can grow past that. Like, I am such a different person since my divorce back in 2006. Like, I think that some people bring out the worst in you. Not that I was a terrible person, nothing like that, but I think that some people can bring out the worst in you and some people bring out the best in you. And, like, I think my kids bring out the best in me, my grandkids, my husband. I think they bring out the best in me. Now, are all the people in my life like that? No. They know what buttons to push, and they don't forget anything from 50 years ago. You know what I mean? And I think that with that, it keeps no record of wrongs. You know, none of us are perfect. Even if you, let's say you don't believe in God. Let's say you don't. Does it do you any good to stay angry or to keep record of everything that's ever been done wrong? Now, if someone's abusing you, physically, mentally, sexually, whatever, you guys get help for that. Try to get out of that situation and don't look back. I've lived it. It's not something that's going to change. Get out of that so that there is no more record. And then heal yourself. Because don't put up with that. Do not put up with that. But other than that, so you might have done something wrong, or someone might have wronged you. Does that mean that you keep a record of that? Do you like write it down in your head memory? Do you write it on paper, like such and such did this to me on such and such date? Because if we're doing that, we're really making our own lives just not as beautiful as it can be. And do you think that those people really care? You know what I mean? Like, don't let people live rent-free in your head. So that's how I think about that. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth. 100%. Everybody lies at some point. Everybody tells fibs at some point. I get that. But I try to be the most truthful and honest person that I can be. And that is the biggest thing. Anybody that knows me will tell you my biggest pet peeve is honesty. If you would lie to me, you'd do anything else. That's how I feel. They're getting there, guys. If you would lie to me, there isn't much you wouldn't do. Once someone's lied to you, the trust is gone. And it's hard to build that trust up. And you know what I don't understand about people that fib all the time? Like, don't you get tired of trying to remember everything that you said or did or done? I don't know about you, but I got too much more of my lifetime to worry about than to lie. I had to say a lie, actually, a few years ago, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. But it just ate me alive. It just ate me alive, you guys. I can't even tell you how bad it just felt so icky. And then God gave me an escape out of it, and I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because lying should bother you. It really should. I mean, you know, if you're doing like a fib, like we had a surprise 60th birthday for Tom. Don't tell anybody, but I told him. Well, I'm bad at that. Now, if it's something really important, I'll keep secrets, whatever. But, you know, I mean, when you do things like that, it's for a purpose. It's for fun. You know, you don't want them to know what you're doing. So that's different. So I guess, and it says it always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. And I think that that's true. If you find a person, even if they're mean and nasty, if they tell you the truth and they would, you know, you could trust them no matter what, they'll come through. Like, look at some of those grumpy old men, you know what I mean? And they're like, "Arr." But you know, if you look at a child and they come up and they got a fake phone, you know that grumpy old man will grab that phone and pretend there's somebody on the other line. So they have deep heart too. You know, they just, maybe they've been burnt and they just don't come across like that. Like, I know a lot of farmers that they're kind of, they're not mean or anything, but they're just, it's been them and the animals in the fields and whatever, and they just are not like, you know, they may come across brash, but they're not. They're really soft-hearted, you know, very good men, and they're just a little rough around the edges. So, yeah. Oh, I'd say the bottom ones are done. How does those look? Yummy, yummy, yummy. And look at, I'm wearing my mitt that Alfred got me. Oh. Now we just need to let them cool enough that we can try one and put the next batch in. So I know I've been rambling today a lot, and that's pretty normal, I guess, for me. But I think we need to rejoice and we need to be grateful and thankful for so many things that we forget to do. Like, I am so grateful I woke up this morning. I am so thankful that my grandsons came at 5:30 instead of 6:20 because they got to go into their normal routine, and Emmy found the crackers, and so he got into those. But, you know, I got to spend a few minutes with my grandsons, and that was nice. I'm thankful that, you know, all my kids made it safely to work today. My husband, I am thankful that I'm on here doing this video. As spacey as I seem, I really am not. Well, never mind, I am a spacey person sometimes, but I'm not dumb, nothing like that. It's just I have a lot going on in my head. And no, I'm not those people that hear stuff and whatever. And if you do, you know, I hope you're good friends. I have an ex-sister-in-law that she gets along great with their other personalities. But I don't know what all I want to say. Be thankful for the little things. Like, you know what? We survived the eclipse. All the bad things that were put on the internet about the 8th and how it was going to be the end of times and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It was just a blip. I mean, it was great. I didn't get to look at it because I didn't have any sunglasses, but there were so many people that came together and they were showing pictures and how it was done and what happened. And, you know, for that brief moment, we were a community and we were all checking it out, whether it was people thinking, uh-oh, the world's going to end, or if it was just like, hey, let's go out and see that together. You know what I mean? We all came together, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. So, you know, we think of bad things that can happen, and if it doesn't, then we should celebrate. We should be happy. You know, our time is, you know, whether you believe in God or not, your time it's written in stone somewhere, you know. And like I said the other day, don't party like it's 1999, and remember to have respect for one another and all that, but have fun while you're here on earth. You know, be fun. And fun may be, you know what, you like to read 10 books on the weekends. That's not me, but, you know, it might be you. But life doesn't have to be humdrum. It doesn't have to be like, even the strictest Christians, they have a good time too. You know, they may not be at the bar on Saturday night, and maybe their fun is reading the Bible, or, you know, having fellowship with their friends or whatever. Everybody's fun is something different. Like, my fun, I love doing my videos. I'm not gonna lie, I do. And I like sitting here with you guys and talking with you and feeling like I have over 3,000 friends sitting here with me. And I love going for drives, and not as much as I used to, because that driving crap is for the birds now. But I love to be in water. That's my balance. That's my relaxation. I like to walk in grass with my bare feet. I know that sounds weird. And sand. I hate shoes. I'm going to be doing a demo soon for socks, and I hate socks too, but they say they're wonderful, so I'll try them. We need to find that space that brings us down to us, that brings it down so that we can take a breath, and all those things that we talked about today, you know, like, even if you want to do the road rage, just think about it. Just breathe. Just breathe. And even if you don't believe in God and you want just, when things are like that, breathe and think back about wonderful memories with your kids or people from school or whatever. Just chill. Just center yourself. Gosh, today doesn't make no sense at all. Oh my gosh. I should start writing a script. Maybe it would make more sense. I don't know. I don't know how you guys put up with me. But anyway, I'm going to let these cookies cool a little bit, and then we're going to taste one, and then I swear I'm going to end this video. So I just put 2 more cookie sheets full in there, and I still have this much left, so we're going to get quite a few cookies out of that. And here is the first batch cooled down. Well, kind of. And then I got one to try. Mmm. Mmm. Those are good. All right. So maybe the friendship starter isn't such a bad thing. Maybe it's not. Actually, it tastes really good. Really, really good. I had that one starting to bend. So anyways, I hope somebody got something out of today. I just feel like it was a mangled mess like it usually is. And I really am sorry for all that. But I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I want to thank you guys for being an amazing community to me and to each other. And know that I love you. And every day we work on each other. It doesn't matter if we're 5, 55, 105. Every day that we grow, every day we become better and better people. And I think I have the best community out there. So I love you guys with all my heart. And I will see you later for supper. I do love you. You guys have a blessed day and be a blessing to someone. Bye, guys.